Hello there, grade 9. Welcome to our values education. I assume that all of you have already read or viewed the Padlet presentation that I have streamed in the thread, and you have already read, most probably, I am assuming that you have already read all the details that I have posted there. So I would like to inform you that apart from the video that is actually posted in the stream, I will also be posting in a while the PowerPoint of this lecture, so that if there is anything that you have not understood, then you can go back to the PowerPoint presentation. Since our lesson is only short, it's good for 20 minutes only, so let's hit the ball rolling. So let me bring us to the first slide of my presentation. So this is the title. This is our Unit 1, Society, a Place of Belongingness and Fulfillment. Talking about society, right? We all feel that we are one with the society. We are one with the community. That is how we should be feeling about, like, we desire for a very peaceful society, isn't it? So, but before I continue, let's move on to the definition of society. Okay? Society is the aggregate of people living together in a more or less ordered community. Down below in the comment section of this slide, in the PowerPoint later on that I will be posting, there is an additional explanation there. Okay? Apart from what I am telling you right now. So when we talk about society, it means like groups of people. It doesn't mean that only one society comprises one community. One community comprises of many societies. Okay? Let's take an example, Aita. That is the Aitas, our natives in Zambales. They are one society. One society that has a society that has common culture. That's what society is. Pastoral society, those that are involved in the churches. Business societies, those that are involved in running businesses or what have you. So those are societies. It's an aggregate of people living in a more or less ordered community, as it is said here. We all desire for a very peaceful community, for a very peaceful society. We do not want any bad thing to happen in our society. Take a look for an example, the one that is happening in America about George Floyd, someone like, yeah, the one who was killed by policemen. Now people in America are rallying because of what happened amidst the pandemic. They are getting out of the streets, making their voices be heard, because what happened to Floyd was actually like a product of fascism, or yeah, uh, racism also, right? So that is very saddening to know. I was reading all about what happened and I saw the video. It's sick. It's very sick. Uh, I don't I don't wish for that kind of society for my son to grow up and for all of you to grow up in. We all wish for you to be in a society that is harmonious, peaceful, and not fighting with one another. Okay? So let's move on to the next. Society has four elements. We will talk about the first one, but let me read you this one, the elements of society: territory, interaction, common values, and people. We talk about territory first. Allow me to move on there. Here. Territory, this is the place where we are, where we live in. Our city, our town, our country. And we sometimes become too territorial. If a stranger comes in our in our country or in our city or town, we will be like, or in our barangay, to say the least, we will be like, oh, who's that? Where did he come from? Who is he related to in our society? We are all, we are all curious about, bagong mukha, bagong salta. who is he? So because we are territorial, we do as much as possible. We do not want other people, other societies, other groups of people to just get into our community or our barangay. But then again, we have to face the fact that society is an organic, it's organic, it's dynamic, meaning it grows with the movement of people from one place to another. That's why we are not sure that the kind of the people that we grew up in is still the same people that we will be facing or we will be meeting around when we get home. Maybe there will be many strangers already in our community. Okay, because we welcome people for as long as they won't do anything bad. And if they do, then let the law, let the policeman take care of that, okay? I'm just saying. La lang. Okay? Now, we have here a interaction. This one. Interaction is, again, at the bottom of this slide, in the PowerPoint that I will be streaming in a while, there is this specific example or explanation there. But interaction, in its simplest form, it means how we interact with one another, how we relate with one another. Okay? In the case of George Floyd in the US, the way that he was treated, it's very sickening. And now the interaction of the people towards black, towards white, and then them coming out of their houses amidst the quarantine to express their feelings about what happened. That is a very strong indication of how solid supposed to be one is feeling for its own community, for his or her own community rather. Because we have to build a rapport, we have to build a camaraderie with our with the people around us in the community. And the way that we have to treat them, it has to be, something that we want to be treated as well. Interacting with people, not with hate. Interacting with people with compassion, with kindness. That is the kind of society that is desirable. Okay? Now, let me move on. Okay. Common values. When we say common values, it's what you get is what you receive. Common values. If we are polite, then we tend to feel that everyone else around us should be polite also. But things are not like that most of the time. But that is desirable. Again, you see that the term that I am using, desirable. The common values is the way that we sometimes pass on or exhibit the attitudes or the norms or the values that we want in the society, that how we are in the society, how we want to be treated. There's a golden rule, right? Do unto others what you want others to do unto you. Or gawin nating baliktad, do not do unto others what you don't want others to do unto you. Ganun pa din. It's still the golden rule. So that's common values. We reciprocate goodness with goodness. But do we have to reciprocate badness with bad with bad? Hirap. It's difficult because we're just human beings. What touched me the most, if you allow me to go back to George Floyd, if you have read about his case back in the US, wherein there is this hashtag Black Lives Matter, because the way that he was arrested and killed and he was knelt down by this officer until he couldn't breathe anymore. And then, the common value there is no matter sana how, no matter the color, it won't matter, because when we were young, we didn't see colors in people. We just saw them as people. But when we grew up, why do we have to see colors? And treat people differently because of the colors. We shouldn't do that. We have to reciprocate love with love. There was the policeman in Florida. The protesters came in because they were, they were yelling, they were shouting at, because they were mad at the policeman who arrested George Floyd. But you know what the Florida policemen did? They knelt down and they prayed, and then that affected the protesters, and they also, knelt down and cried, and so you reciprocate goodness with goodness, and it will come back. It will really come back. What you see, it is what you get. What you sow, that's what you reap. There is that saying. Next, let's move on to the most important element of society, people, because we make up the society. So what I want you guys to really remember, we don't see colors in people. We don't see uh, race in colors, in people. What we see them as people with value, with human dignity. We see them as such, and we want to build good relationship with these people, no matter the color, no matter the race, no matter the status in life. We shouldn't be looking at one's status in life to give good, to be good with other people. We are the most important unit of the society because we make and break a society. Okay, next. These are tidbits about society. One, a person is by nature sociable. True. No man is an island. But what about those introvert? Oh, that's another story, okay? Because some of you might ask, oh, what about those introvert, ma'am? Or they don't like to be with other people. It doesn't mean that introverts do not like people. They just have their moments that they want to be alone, okay? But no one is an island. No one can, I don't know if we can live on like for our only one in a place wherein there's no one there. You don't have someone to talk to until you talk to yourself, and you'll be scared if yourself will answer you back, no? Takot. Okay, next. Society is defined as a group of persons in permanent or not permanent associations that are organized for the collective activities performed by each member. See, permanent or not permanent, because we movement from one place to another. The movement of people makes societies diverse. It makes societies diverse. That's why it's people of color coming together, having a harmonious relationship. I really like Taylor Swift's Taylor Swift's song. Uh, you need to calm down. That's a political. That's something political by nature. Like we don't see people in colors. We don't see races. We don't see the status in life. We only see people as people who have good hearts, because we do not judge people by their skin. A stable society is able to transmit its values and traditions to their next generation. Yes, it is passed on. The Filipinos are very respectful. The use of po and opo, it's passed on from one generation to another, and sometimes we will feel like, why are these children not saying po and opo anymore? It's only the Filipinos who do that, the po and opo. Why are these students or these people do not kiss the hands of their elders anymore? The mano po. That's one value or culture in our culture that we have. That we don't like, like girls, the Filipina girls, they do not court boys. That's our way, how we were brought up. So these are all passed on. The kind of food, the culture that we have in every barangay or in every town, we have this culture. Then it is passed on from one generation to another. Society is the venue where persons socialize. Of course, we go out, we meet people, and then we build good relationship. We fight, but we make up. Being a member of society requires expectations and unity of purpose. Precisely. If you are a member of a society, then you are expected to act like what it is supposed to be in this kind of society. If this society is like, for example, a group of society that would expect for you to behave like, what do you call that? So not manang, that the word is, the it's at the tip of my tongue already. Conservative, that's it. Oh, conservative. Then people in the community will be looking at you. If you wear short shorts, then the elderlies will be like, oh my God, Sus Mariosep, sinong anak niya, ay, sinong nanay niyan, sinong tatay niyan. So see, we are expected of some uh, codes, no, like conducts, the proper conducts that we are supposed to be acting on whenever we are in a society. And then here, I have here, I said here, happy homes don't just happen, they are built. Yes, because we build relationships. If we want a relationship to last, then we have to make it happen. We do not have to be so, like, we have to accept a person for who he or she is. It's so cliche, but it works. We do not change people because we want them to be like this or like that. If they want to change, then they'll have to do it for themselves and not because of what other people are telling them to. We do not do that. We will not live happy if we always live in the expectations of other people. Sometimes that is so hard to be understood by other people. Society is a very complex um, unit because so many people are there with different backgrounds, especially so if that society is no longer the same authentic society that we grew up in because of the movement of people. There are so many people coming in our community, and then they also have their own ways of living. So that's what makes society very exciting because of differences of people, the different kinds of people that we meet, that we have in the community. We learn from one another. Okay. And then, oh, here, still there. um in a while I'll be posting this in your I will be streaming this in your thread, and I want you to go over, and by tomorrow I will be also posting something in some seat work in your classwork, and the schedule is already there. Okay, so please go to your um, Google Classroom, and in 2 minutes I will be closing the Google Classroom because it's almost time. But I just want you to go over. You can download the PowerPoint, or you could see this again in the link that I've shown you, I've given you, because I have already uploaded this in YouTube, but it is not public, so you will be needing the link. Okay, so see you in the Google Classroom. I will be commenting. If you have any question, just comment in the comment section. See you there. Bye.